Hi, my name is Oluwatemi Lauren. I love researching many fascinating and obscure topics. Today, I'm going to be taking you to the end of the universe, where we'll be exploring the 3 different ways that the universe can end. Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Welcome to the end of the universe. It looks pretty abstract at the moment. That's because the fate of the universe hasn't been completely sealed yet. There are still 3 different ways that the universe could end: the Big Crunch, the Big Rip, and finally, heat death. All of these possible scenarios are driven by dark energy. So in short, dark energy kind of murders the universe. Okay, so I know that sounded a bit vague, a bit sinister, like what is dark energy? Let me use an analogy to explain. Imagine that you drop a rock into a puddle of water. At first, it makes a big splash and there is a bunch of big waves, but eventually those waves spread and start to slow out until they slowly dissipate. Well, now imagine that you're a waterbender, and instead of letting those waves spread out and dissipate and slow down, you start pulling at the water, making those waves stretch out for longer and longer, and making the waves accelerate faster and faster. Well, this is essentially what dark energy does. Ever since the Big Bang, the universe has been expanding and accelerating at an increasing rate. This expansion slowed down as more matter was formed in the universe, and the gravity of this matter started to slow down the universe's expansion. But dark energy is counteracting the forces of gravity and causing the universe to accelerate again. Okay, so now you know how dark energy works, but how much is there in the universe? Dark energy makes up about 68% of our universe. Dark matter, which is matter that we cannot see or detect, makes up about 27% of the universe. And all visible matter in the universe only takes up about 5%. That is crazy. There are still a lot of things we don't know about dark energy. Scientists have speculated that dark energy might be a property of space, and that space itself may not be empty, but it might have its own energy. Another theory is that dark energy is a dynamic fluid directly affecting the expansion of the universe. And lastly, it is theorized that Albert Einstein's theory of gravity may be incorrect, and that a new theory needs to be created to accommodate for dark energy. Despite these uncertainties around dark energy, there is still one thing we know for sure: that there is still so much to learn and discover about dark energy. Alright, so now that we've been more familiar about dark energy, what is going to happen to the universe if dark energy keeps accelerating its expansion? Well, let's look at scenario 1. If the universe continues to expand at an accelerating rate, if dark energy were to overpower gravity altogether, and all that would be left would be an empty vacuum. If by any chance dark energy became weaker and gravity was able to overcome it, the expansion of the universe would begin to slow until it reaches a point where it can no longer expand, and then it would collapse back in on itself down to a single point. This is called the Big Crunch. It is possible for this single point to remain stable, or for it to continue to collapse in on itself until it gets denser and denser and explodes into another Big Bang. If this does occur, then this theory is called the Big Bounce, because life started in a Big Bang, went back to a single point, and expanded again. And in theory, it would just keep going and bouncing from life to death and life to death. Lastly, another theory about the end of the universe is called the Big Freeze or heat death. This theory explains that the universe will continue to expand until galaxies are no longer visible, until star formations cease, because the available gas is too spread apart for stars to form. All that would remain would be black holes, neutron stars, and white dwarfs. And even then, these would all eventually get eaten up by supermassive black holes. At this point, the universe would be a vacuum, and the few sparse photons and electrons would be so far apart that they would not be able to interact with each other. All activity in the universe would cease and consequently lead to a heat death. Okay, so I know that sounded a bit sad and a bit depressing, but the good news is we still really don't know how the universe is going to end. There could be maybe some new theory or some new information discovered. There is still so much we have to learn about the fate of the universe, and we're constantly learning every day. So don't be too sad. Honestly, you never know, we could just be saved by the Doctor and the TARDIS and escape the fate of the end of the universe. You never know. You never know. So have hope, don't be too sad. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below, and also make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!